This week's Brew with the Coaches question comes from Raven Walsh, and this is a question I think we can all identify with. Raven is currently injured and finding it really hard mentally. She's doing all the stuff you're meant to do, seeing a physio, doing the exercise, etc., but she is not coping with it emotionally and finding it really hard, not knowing when she'll be able to run again. She's avoiding social media because she's jealous, seeing friends' runs when she can't get out, and she's becoming a bit of a recluse. Her question is, how do you manage injury on an emotional level and manage to keep your morale up?
Raven, first thing we're going to do is all four of us is send you a big hug.
Yeah, big hugs, Raven.
Big hugs, Raven.
Sorry, you will get through this.
You will get through this, and the most important thing is not to become a recluse and to keep talking to people that this is the way that you feel. And your run buddies will tell them that you want to do other stuff together, even if it's just going to cafes, going to the cinema. Do not be at home. That's the worst thing that you can do, is to shut everything out, because the running world, though it carries on when we're not in it, which is horrible because you think everybody should stop, it will be there for you when you are feeling better. I think the biggest thing, we've all been injured, is to have a plan. The biggest thing, and that's the hardest thing sometimes, is when you're injured, especially if you don't know what the injury is or how long it's going to take to heal. That is rubbish as runners, but have a little plan. Do whatever you can movement wise, and there is nearly always movement that you can do, unless you're broken back. There is always something that you can do, and it might not be what you want to do, and this is hard when you're injured, because I don't want to go and aqua jog in the swimming pool. That takes hours. I don't want to sit on a bike. I don't want to do this hiking. I don't want to go to the gym, but you know what? It's not about at the moment. Sadly, you have to just swallow the pill and focus on what you can do. I think you're totally right to come off social media and Strava and all those sort of things, but they're not making you feel good. You have to really focus on what is helping you get through this and set yourself little goals. It can be something really simple, like, okay, I'm going to learn to do a pull-up and buy a pull-up bar and fix it on your door and teach yourself how to do pull-up bar, how to do some press-ups. Join a gym if you've never joined a gym and work on some upper body. Teach yourself to aqua jog. There's always something that you can do. It take that bit of extra oomph that you need to find when you're injured to get yourself out of the fug is the hardest bit. But then once you get yourself out of the fug and you start moving again and you focus on something different other than running, you will start to feel better and you will start to heal, because positivity is a big part of healing a running injury as well, and movement. So I would say, Raven, try and look towards the rainbow and see what you could find, and hopefully in a bit of movement and with a bit of Teen Trails love, you'll find something. Hopefully by the time this goes out, you're feeling a little bit better anyway. But don't feel that you're alone, because you're not, because every single runner, every single sports person has been in that book. And so we send you lots of love.
My top tips 100% for getting through this is, if you can't run, volunteer at races. One of the best things I've done when I'm not racing is volunteer at events, because it's so positive. And actually, when you're being positive for other people, it pulls you up. So, actually being supportive of others is a great way to elevate your own enthusiasm for stuff. And one of the great things about running is that you don't actually have to be a runner. You can be supportive and help other people. And, those people at the checkpoints, it's the Spine last week, the volunteers are fantastic. They make a huge difference. And that feeling of being valued doesn't just come from you running, it's what you can give other people as well. And I think that would be my number one tip. If you can't run, get out there and volunteer when you can. Even if it's just a local park run, you'll come away with those same kind of endorphins that you will get from running. Maybe not quite as good, but still good. Get out there, shout, and you'll feel better for it. The second thing is, I'd say, concentrate on the things you can control. With injury, there's so many elements that you can't control with that. So you've got to focus on the things you can control. So when I've had my knee injury, I couldn't run at all for 6 weeks. Couldn't even go on the bike for 6 weeks. So I just focused on abs of steel, basically, for that time. So, you know, I could take Superman with these abs right now. But, you know, focus on the things you can control. So for me, that was abs and, you know, upper body type stuff to help with my pole work, to give me that sort of longer term strength and conditioning for later in the race. So concentrate on the things you can control, number 2. And the third thing I'd just say is, you know, running doesn't define us as people. So running is it's a massive part of who I am. I'd be absolutely devastated if I could never run again. But it doesn't define me, you know, in terms of who I am. Have other things that define you, you know. I have a crisp obsession. That's another thing that defines me. There's my kids, you know, family. I also, you know, like to read lots of books. I massively recommend getting into book reading. You know, your top books that change your life. So have other things. Make a conscious effort to not make running your be all and end all. And if you could never run again, remember you can always go and you can support a race. So, you know, the social media stuff, that's never the whole picture. It's never the whole picture in everyone's life. Everyone has got stuff in their closet, things that aren't going well. You never see the whole picture on social media. But I think where we can, what's also helped me is to elevate other people. When you elevate other people, you elevate yourself. So those are my top 3 takeaways.
You'd be great on like a good morning show.
Yeah. This could be
I feel ready for the day.
Oh, right, let's go.
Let's go. Not today.
Yeah.
Come on, Eddie.
I really like what Trish was saying. Yeah, I mean, the sad fact of the matter is, Raven, this is probably not going to be your only setback in your running career. So if you can start to implement things now so that the next time this comes up, you're like, oh, I've been through this before, I've done this before, and I got through it, and I'll get through the next one. So it is the positivity, and it's such a pain in the butt because you're not feeling like being positive. But if you do something like Trish says, to just get out the house, or like Eddie said, all the athletes that I've seen, I've been around some exceptional athletes, they all get setbacks. And it's the positive ones that make it in running. It's always the positive ones who bounce back quicker. The negative guys who feel sorry for themselves and get all down in the dumps just seems to take longer. The body follows the mind. So if you can just force yourself to do the things, like Trish said, reading a book, or I like to play guitar, or you will have other interests, and you can go cultivate those and then come back, big and stronger with the rock solid abs or whatever else it is.
I love all that. Hopefully there's something you can take away there, Raven, that'll help you on your journey.
Good luck, Raven.
We love you, Raven.
Love you, Raven.
Woo, 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 woo.